The Bantu are said to have arrived in Busoga around 300 AD. The Kintu migration simply says that people who are living in Elgon, mainly Nabwiiso area, migrated through Busoga and finally ended in Buganda. Now, the second migration is that of princes, people who came from Bunyoro and occupied the northern states in Basoga. That is Bugabula, Bugweri, Bulamugi, Busiki, Chigulu, and Roka, even Bokoli.
In 1894, when Uganda was declared a British protectorate, Busoga was fragmented into various chiefdoms. However, according to Dr. Frank Nabwiiso, an elder in Busoga Kingdom, only 11 of these chiefdoms were powerful enough for William Grant, the first district commissioner of Busoga region, to seek their help to establish a government.
They were happy because they did not like the raids where the Baganda were involved. Rival princes. The Baganda did not just come on their own, but the rival princes in these kingdoms were asking for help from Buganda to help them, and you would send some of these soldiers to help one side against the other. So that is why why they are happy that these raids, which were causing havoc, would be stopped by the British colonial government.
In 1905, Uganda's governor, Sir Hesketh Bell, appointed Semei Kakungulu, a prince and former soldier from Kochi County in Buganda Kingdom, as the first president of the Busoga Council of Chiefs.
By the time he was appointed, there was not a Busoga prince whom the British thought that he would take over. Kakungulu had helped the British government, first of all, to fight against Kabalega. Kakungulu was one of the people who captured the Mwanga. So he was a very influential person. And they had tested him as a chief to establish British rule in the Mbale area, in Bugweri, and even in Teso.
In 1911, the 11 hereditary chiefs under Kakungulu signed an agreement with Britain. The chiefs included the Zibondo of Bulamoji, the Gabla of Bugabla, the Tabingwa of Luka, the Ngobi of Chigulu, the Nkono of Bukono, the Wakoli of Bukoli, the Mena of Bugweri, the Ntembe of Butembe, the Luba of Bunia, the Chisiki of Busiki, and the Nanyumba of Bunole. In 1913, the British let go of Kakungulu and introduced a rotational presidential system in Busoga's Council of Chiefs. Each of the hereditary chiefs was expected to spend 3 months at Bugembe, which was the Busoga government's headquarters, to preside over Busoga's council meetings. Dr. Nabwiiso says that in 1919, Prince Ezekiel Tenwa Wako was elected the first Busoga president of the Council of Chiefs, a position he held for 20 years.
They said that the name president was too English to be understood. They wanted a local name by which people would associate with, to recognize, and a ruler.
In 1939, the presidential post was renamed the Bantu Chabazinga, and Prince Wako served 10 years as the first Chabazinga. However, he resigned as Chabazinga when the British resisted Busoga's proposal to have a hereditary king.
The Labour Party did not want to encourage the creation of rulers where they did not exist. The 5 kings actually had started working together. The 4+ work. They did not want that arrangement because that would have even heightened the struggle for independence.
Prince William Wilberforce Kadumbula Nadiope from Bugabla County took over as the second Chabazinga. In 1955, the Busoga Council elected Prince Henry Wakomuloki as the third Chabazinga. He was the son of the first Chabazinga. However, just before independence, Dr. Nabwiiso says Nadiope regained the Chabazingaship since the Busoga Council was dominated by members of the Uganda People's Congress, which was his political party.
So he forced Obote. I was present when Obote came here and swore him in Busoga Lukiko there. And there was a case which went to court. And the case said Nadiope was illegally elected. UPC, as a government, rushed to Parliament and, forced through the Busoga Validation Act to validate Nadiope's election.
Nadiope went on to become Uganda's first vice president until the 1966 crisis that led to the abolition of traditional kingdoms by the then Prime Minister, Apollo Milton Obote. When traditional kingdoms were restored in 1993, the Busoga Council elected Henry Wakomuloki again as Chabazinga. After Muloki's death in 2008, the council elected his son, Edward Columbus Wambuzi Zibondo the 13th, as Chabazinga. However, this election sparked years of controversy in the kingdom, which Dr. Nabwiiso claims were fired by the then Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga.
That is when she came out forcefully, backed by the police, to prevent Wambuzi to do his work at Bugembe. She comes from Kamuli. That is where Nadiope comes from. And I believe that she wanted to tell the people there that she's brought back Chabazinga, their Chabazinga, therefore she could not be challenged in any election.
Today, His Majesty William Wilberforce Gabla Nadiope IV is the incumbent Chabazinga of Busoga, a position he has held for the last 9 years. Gillian Nantume, NTV Tonight.